Hi, you're listening to Immigrant Women Talk podcast, and I'm your host, Galina Bilaeva. This is the place for you to get inspired by stories of immigrant women, to learn about nonprofits that serve immigrant communities, and to listen to entrepreneurs who work with women in developing countries. Subscribe to this podcast and get more inspiration and resources at immigrantwomentalk.org. Hi, I'm Galina Bilaeva, and my guest today is Zineb Outnouna, the founder of Atlas Dream Languages. Hi Zineb, it's so awesome to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Zineb, so what is your experience of immigration to the U.S.?
Well, my experience in the U.S. has been truly wonderful so far. I do feel very blessed, and I am thankful for being in a place that allows me to pursue my dreams and live life on my own terms. I had dreamt of coming to the US since I was 5 years old. Morocco is actually, I don't know, it's just for the opportunities that it offers, the things that I saw on TV, the lifestyle. It was something that I really was appealing to me. Morocco is the country where I was born and raised. And it's always going to be home for me. You know, I still have my family there, and I visit on a yearly basis. But the U.S. is, I guess, my destination of choice, and I have loved every minute of the many years that I have been residing here. Granted, the experience was not without any challenges, but overall, it has been a very delightful one.
Awesome. So, Zineb, what was your number one challenge when you arrived?
I honestly cannot say that there was just one single particular challenge that faced me. It was a combination of many. Certainly, the language barrier was there. I spoke English before I arrived, but I was not prepared for the slang. I recall my very first day in the United States, still at the airport, waiting for my luggage to arrive, and the gentleman who came to pick me up from the airport looked at me and said, "Hey, Zineb, what's up?" And I looked at him, puzzled, and looked up the sky, and I said, "I don't know, the ceiling, the sky." I was not expecting him to. I was expecting him to say something like, "Hi, hello, how are you?" But "what's up" was not what was taught to me in English class. And I recall again the same day, just driving from the airport, and it was raining very hard. And he looked at me and said, "Wow, it's raining cats and dogs out there." And again, I took it very literally, and I started to panic. I'm thinking this gentleman was a serial killer, and he's crazy. He's looking at cats and dogs coming from the sky. I did not know that it was just a popular expression, So the language, of course, even though I spoke English, the slang was a little bit difficult to deal with or to learn. But I think the other challenge was the loneliness. The loneliness was very tough to deal with at times. Not having a support system of family and friends definitely was difficult. Going through the sick days alone, the holidays alone, and even the good days, when you have good days and there's no one to share them with, it's certainly not easy to deal with.
Right.
I don't know. Also, the fear of the unknown was something that is, I don't know, it was challenging. You don't know what to expect. You are in a strange land. Everything was unfamiliar to me and very intimidating to me. I come from a small city where riding chariots was totally a popular instrument of transportation. And I come here and I'm looking at these 4-6 lane highways. It was absolutely remarkable. But seriously, thinking back, I guess one of the greatest challenges for me was the lack of human interactions, or maybe the limited opportunities for it. I did not know how to drive at the time, and I did not know where to go to meet people, to chat with people. And the thing that drove me crazy was the fact that computers and machines were taking over. there was no need for human interactions in a sense. For example, if you want to buy something, for the most part, the item here in the United States is visible, the price is properly displayed, you can pick the item and just slide your credit card and leave. Back home, this was a complete different experience. You pick the item, you ask for the price. Of course, you are not going to agree to the first price that was quoted to you, and you have to reduce the amount by at least half. And of course, the price does not work for the merchants. It comes back with a counter offer, and the game continues for at least 20 minutes.
Right.
During which both the buyer and the seller display a tremendous level of haggling skills and people skills, and there was interaction and talk. That was something different. Here, most people, if, for example, if they need cash, they just stop by the ATM machine and take the money they need for the day or for the week. When I was in Morocco, that was not an option. Back then, I have been in the United States for many years now, but I remember when I was still back home, ATM machines were not available. If you need to take the money, you have to go inside the local bank, stay in line, talk to the person in front of you, talk to the person behind you, and once at the counter, you engage in at least 10-minute conversation with the teller, because it is considered rude not to ask about how is she doing and get the updates. And even on the way to the bank, the majority of people in my city did not own a car. People walked everywhere. So on the way to the marketplace, on the way to the bank, you stop at least 10 times to say hello and chat with people who are doing the same thing. And sometimes if people are going the same direction, they walk in groups. So when I came to the United States, I discovered that opportunities, for human interactions like that were lacking. People get in their car, they get the money out of the ATM, they pick up the item and just scan it and walk. So that was really difficult for me. That was really that was very challenging. So in a sense, the heavy use of technology reduced those opportunities for me to engage in conversations with people, which was strange.
Yeah, it's incredible. So maybe that's the reason, your challenges with the language and all this new language, and maybe that's why you decided to start your company.
That's one of those challenges, because but the company does foreign languages. It's called Atlas Dreams Languages. It's a Pittsburgh-based foreign language instruction company. We provide customized foreign language instructions in one-on-one and group sessions. We also organize and participate in different cultural events. Atlas Dreams was founded in April 16th of 2010, and the company started with me as the CEO, the founder, and the only instructor teaching foreign languages. I was Arabic Modern Standard, Egyptian dialect, Moroccan dialect, and French. And thank goodness today the company has expanded to include more instructors, additional languages. Now we offer Spanish, Chinese, German, Russian, American Sign Language. We serve clients of all ages and educational backgrounds. These people could be students, business people, adventurers. So I've always been fascinated by the world of foreign languages. I love learning them. I love speaking them. I was really good at them. So I decided to take advantage of my skills and do something for a living that I'm really passionate about, something that connects with me. And it's just a wonderful thing to go to work every day loving exactly what you do,
Yes, absolutely. So what are your plans for Atlas Dream Languages in 2014?
We're looking forward to 2014. We're really excited about it. We want to continue delivering excellent language instructions. We are ready to add more languages. We're planning to expand our clientele base by conducting more group sessions. For example, focus a little bit on church groups, youth groups, even small private schools. Of course, we are always going to stay focused on the one-on-one instructions, which is what we are known for. But we're trying to expand our clients and add more languages, and I'm really optimistic, and I'm looking forward to a very exciting 2014.
Awesome. Awesome. Zineb, so what do you think are the advantages of being an immigrant woman? What have you experienced yourself as, as an advantage?
Really, this is a very difficult question to answer. I believe that you can present the same question to different women from different countries of origin, and you will get different responses. I am convinced that the experience of a Norwegian or a British immigrant woman to the United States is quite different from that of a Moroccan like me or a Saudi immigrant woman. But I think I will limit my answer to cover women who come from the same part of the world as I do. I met many wonderful ladies who came from the Arab Muslim world, and they shared their experiences with me. And I must admit, the stories they told were humbling and inspiring. They are truly the testament of how brave and strong Arab Muslim women could be if given even the slightest glimpse of hope. In the case of many women, in case of the most of the women that I encountered here who come from the same part of the world as I do, the Muslim Arab culture, their cultural background did not make it easy for them to excel in the United States. For the most part, these ladies came here not speaking the language at all, have no education, and came here with their husbands, or they joined their husbands later on. So the family dynamic was kept as it was in their country of origin, with the husband being the breadwinner, the head of the household, and I guess the decision maker, while the women's role was consisted of attending to the husband's and the kids' needs. So the environments that they are right now, being in the United States, was different, but the restraints and the limitations remained the same. And this is so sad because these women now see opportunities. They see what's available in front of them. They want to improve. They want to become productive members of society and enjoy freedom, the freedom that is surrounding them now. But the husband's control make it really impossible for them to have a piece of that American dream. So when problems arise within the family, they find themselves defenseless. They remain in relationships that end up being abusive because they just have nowhere to go, or at least this is what they think. They can't hold a job because they cannot hold a job. They don't have the language skills, they don't have the education, and therefore they cannot provide for the children. The legal procedures for them seem too lengthy and complicated. Plus, they have to deal with the nightmare of justifying their actions to their families back home, in their country of origin. Yeah. The shame, the stigma that they will bring upon themselves and their families, it's just too overwhelming. And they realize that the cost of leaving their husbands and starting all over on their own is just too high. But the remarkable part is that many of these women that I met managed to do it. They managed to start from scratch. They had their kids teach them English. They learned the bus system and slowly developed stability and regained self-respect and dignity, which is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. I have a lot of respect, like I said, for these ladies, because it is not easy. It is not easy. The experience of being an immigrant woman in the United States, especially coming from that part of the world, is not something very easy.
Right. Zineb, and so do you meet other immigrant women entrepreneurs?
Oh yeah, quite often, to be honest with you. I live now in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. During the last decade, the city has witnessed a very steady economic growth. It has become an attractive destination not only for Americans who come from other states, but also for foreigners. And I think I might not be sure exactly about the year, but I think in 2011 the city was named the most livable city in the United States. And that's not a big surprise considering the low cost of living, the low crime rate compared to other cities, the many colleges we have, and of course, sports events, venues, and the mini parks, the warm-hearted people. So Pittsburgh, it's really became a mecca for many immigrants, and nowadays we notice a trend that many women who come to United States, many immigrants who come to United States are women. So I do find more opportunities to connect with these immigrant women entrepreneurs in networking events via social media, conferences, workshops that I attend, and sometimes just cultural social gatherings. So I'm very happy about that.
Awesome. Zineb, why do you think these women that you meet are thriving?
People ask me that question, and I usually give the same response. I say hunger. Immigrant women entrepreneurs are hungry for success. They don't move to the United States because they want to travel or see the world or no. They come here to make money. They're focused. They come here to make a better life, not only for themselves, but for their families who are still in their country of origin. And in a lot of cases, you see that the families of their women truly depend on the money that they send them. So this is a very huge incentive for the immigrant women entrepreneur to really work hard and excel, because not only they have to provide for themselves, but they have people back home depending on them. And they also thrive because they're not scared. They're not scared to start from the bottom. Even though if they're scared, they really push through their fears. They hold 2-3 jobs, and they keep their eyes, the whole time they work 2-3 jobs, they keep their eyes on the prize. They look at the end result, they don't focus just on the challenges that are facing them. They understand that there is part of the process. They accept it, they're willing to push through these challenges, and they keep their eyes on the prize. Many of these women come from third world countries, and they have experienced real poverty, not the poverty that's by American standards. Not having cable is not poor as far as I'm concerned, So these women experience a real poverty, a real lack of opportunities where they come from. So they never want to go back to that environment. Failure is not an option. It's just not an option. That's why they actually thrive. I think that's a big key for it.
I really like your answers, Zineb. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What do you think are other unique qualities and skills that immigrant women have?
I think anything that a man can do, we can do just better. That's the bottom line. I think some of the unique qualities or skills. There's a huge list of that, but I think being self-motivated is definitely at the top of the list of those qualities. They're self-motivated. There's nobody pushing them. They push themselves. They're patient. They know the process is long and slow, but they are patient. They're frugal in a sense that they know how to manage money. Every dime that they earn in this country, it's not spent on designer shoes and designer clothes or expensive vacations. No, they know very well how to manage their money. They save for rainy days. They think ahead. They're always 3 steps ahead or 5 steps ahead. They're persistent. They have great problem-solving skills. They're persistent. If one way doesn't work, they try another way. So they never change their goals, but they change their means. They adapt. but they're persistent in going after what they want. And simply, they're extremely very hardworking women.
Yeah. Zineb, what do you think would be the best way for an organization that helps skilled immigrant women to, build businesses? What would be the best way for this organization to reach out to these women?
Um, I think connect with them. We live in a world where we have to take advantage of the internet. They have to find, these organizations have to find where these people are. LinkedIn is a great resource for that. Just do research, just connect with them in networking events, try to find where they are, because most of us are really eager to help. Most of us want to teach others from our experiences. We don't want people to repeat the same mistakes that we have made. And most of us are truly happy to reach out and happy to connect with any agencies. But these agencies have to also do their homework and reach out to us. In my case, if people want to get in touch with me, my email is Zineb. It's Z as in zebra, I, N as in Nancy, E, B as in boy, at atlasdreamslanguages.com. Atlas, ATLAS, dreams, DREAMS, languages, LANGUAGES. I'll be very happy to connect with any organization here in Pittsburgh. People can also call. The work number is 412-537-1525, and they can visit our website or connect with me. Like I said, on LinkedIn, my profile is very public, and I'm happy to help in any way I can. I support many organizations who deal with immigrants issues. They sought me out, so that's fantastic, and I encourage them to continue to do that, to continue to reach out to other immigrants, because that's one way we can all thrive, is to help each other. And for the ones who've been here for years or for a while, to teach the new generation of immigrants what to do, what not to do.
There will probably be women listening to us that are just, they're going to the U.S. or they're there and very new in this country. So what is the first thing that they should do as soon as they arrive?
I don't believe there's a specific protocol, that is general, or that applies to every immigrant. I think each case is different, but the majority has to take care of all legal matters. For example, if they need, as soon as they get here, if they need to take care of all their documentations. They need to get probably a social security card, or a work permit, or a state ID, a driver's license, all these documents of that nature that can secure their presence in the country. I think this is one of the first things that they need to do. Of course, invest time and to find a place to stay. And if their language skills are not at an acceptable level, they have to find English classes that are near them. They have to. You cannot really have a successful experience in the United States without speaking the language. I stand firmly behind this statement. Knowing the language will help you reach your goals much faster. I'm sure in other cities in the United States, just like Pittsburgh, there are organizations who provide that service even free of charge. So if the person needs to learn English or needs to improve their language skill, they have to take care of it as soon as they arrive. They need to know how to find their way around. For example, that's one of them. But before even making friends, in order to find these friends, you need to familiarize yourself with your surroundings. Get a map. Find the location of different services and businesses. the location of the nearest hospitals, supermarkets, local government agencies. If you drive, learn the driving rules of the country. If you don't drive, learn the bus system, because you do need to move around to either get a job or meet new friends. Not most importantly, but something that I really I believe in is get a library card. It doesn't cost anything. The library is the place where you can get wealth of information, even if you don't know anybody. You can go, you can read books about any subject, you can do research on the internet, even if you don't own a computer and you don't have a internet connection. You can go to the library, and there are people who can help you. You can, like I said, read, get information, and that's what you need when you are a new immigrant. When you are a new immigrant, you need to get as many information as possible about the way of life, about where to find things, and we mentioned it before. I advise them to connect with other immigrants. It is really important to know a familiar face and talk to someone who has gone through the process before you and learn from their experiences. So I believe, the list could be longer than this, but I think if you take care of your paperwork, your legal documents, if you improve your language skills, if you get as much information about your surroundings, that's basically, you are on the right step for a bright future.
Zineb, thank you so much for these great tips. I really appreciate you coming over to talk to me. It was a great conversation, and I cannot wait for it to be online.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been my privilege. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zineb. Thank you for listening to Immigrant Women Talk podcast. I would love to get to know you, so come over to immigrantwomentalk.org and leave a comment. Let me know about your challenges, and I will find an expert who will offer a solution. If you would like to join the community of immigrant women, connect with the guests or with me, go to immigrantwomentalk.org. I'm Galina Bilaeva, and I will talk to you next time.